Welcome everyone to your Impact Monday at the new time. I'm hoping that this works a little bit better for everyone because I know tons of stuff happens on Monday night, but we want to be able to start the week off right, with excitement and inspiration and all of the things. And I don't think there's any better way to do that than with Mariluz talking to us this morning. So just to remind you of some announcements that we have. I'm actually going to pin myself. There we go. So remember that we have double credits this month. It is now wrapping up the month. It is the 22nd. So make sure you make the most of those double credits with yourself and your team. Make sure you take a look at our new price list, which is amazing. Make sure you look at the free shipping packs. And make sure that you are tracking your progress for the team building in Houston. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our consultant of the year and executive diamond, Mariluz Sanchez.
Yay. Thank
Welcome.
you for the invite. I was just saying, I'm always excited to be the first, when we're trying something new.
Yes. And just so that you guys know, this is an English call, so I don't have any translation available for you. This is absolutely a beta program, but I feel like we definitely need something in English and yeah, just to show the support from this side. And Mariluz and I were talking about her plans for the year. So we're going to get to that. But first, I would like to ask what drew you, first of all, to this company and the way that we run things here? Like, why immunotech?
Well, Mary, and I'm not sure we've had this conversation before, but I always tell the story how I started network marketing. And it was, even before I got married, um, my husband and I, we had an agreement. If we ever start a family, I want to be the mom that stays home and enjoys every step of our kids growing up. And with the supportive husband that I had, he was like, yeah, from the get-go, even before. And of course, I have three kids. They're all grown up, so I can't really call them kids anymore. I'm going to have a 30-year-old pretty soon. But the moment, it was three and we never planned them. That's just the way it goes with the Torres family. Things, we like to be surprised. But the moment that I had Carla, um, we remember the agreement. And life is not easy. We live simple lives and we continue simplifying. We were happy with the way we were living. And my husband worked really hard, but life is expensive, and even though we live simple lives, we lived really close from my husband's job. He would come home to lunch every day. I mean, we had to figure it out. Still we have to change tires. There's always, last minute problems that things break and you have to, and that was hard. I could see that the one thing that I wanted to enjoy sometimes became stressful because then I'll feel guilty. Like, am I doing the right thing? Staying home? Can I help my husband? And it was 2 years later that I was introduced to network marketing, and I had no idea what it was. I fell in love with it, and I started playing around with it. It was all about an extra $200, $500. I love the fact that I could stay home. I love the fact that I can make my own schedule. I just love that. So I knew that that was for me. I also liked independence. I don't like a boss hovering over me. And I think I've learned from my parents because they had their own business. So that was 20 something years, 28 years ago that, I played, that was truly my part-time job until I got ill, very ill. And years later, somebody with, I always say, a big heart, somebody who did not know me, but had heard about my health condition, she spoke to me about Immunical and about Immunotech. And it's interesting because 7 years ago, when I heard about Immunotech, I was not excited about doing network marketing anymore. I kind of had lost the love of it because my priorities had changed. And then I noticed that network marketing, or at least those other companies, instead of me being able to use more of free time. Instead of me having more time freedom, I was having less time freedom. So I kind of lost the love of it for a little bit, for a little while. So when I heard about Immunotech being an network marketing company, I was not excited about doing the business, but I was very excited about what the product could do. And it was not until I had an amazing personal testimonial that I totally became a raving fan of the product. And I knew that this was not something that I could keep to myself. I could use my skills that I already knew in network marketing, but it was actually a job with purpose. And literally, I mean, my sponsor, she would tell me all the time, Mariluz, we used to work together in all these other companies. We could do so much. And I remember just saying, no, 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 in a very intimidating way, because I was fed up with it. I wanted nothing to do with it. But once you become a raving fan and you understand what our company is, what our product is all about, it was a done deal. And literally when I got in, I was in. At the beginning, I just wanted to get enough money to get my product. And then I wanted enough money for my family to get the product. Then I needed $2,000 to help that family. And every year, the goals continue changing. Now we are helping literally thousands of people. Many of them are here with us. It did not become something about myself anymore. It became something as like, how can I help and train all these families that need those extra $100, those extra $500? It's that little more that we can help people. How can I help that mom with 4 kids who doesn't work? The husband is stressed, just like my husband used to. How can I help them out? So it has become an amazing family, amazing group of people that I absolutely love, that I learned from them. So I've been using my experience to help them out, but I am also using their talents to continue, me growing and using those talents to continue sharing with the team, so they can have also lots of success.
I love that. I love that. And you've been with us for 7 years.
7 years.
So, as I said, she is an executive diamond. Tell us about how you got there. What did that journey look like with getting to executive diamond? I'm sure it didn't happen overnight.
It didn't. And when you start this business, you see all these people, you see all these titles, platinum executive. I have to be honest. I thought that I was never going to get there. I thought that I was always going to get in the middle. The top was diamond. That I knew that was, with hard work, that was the highest I could reach. That's just honestly. And because the other companies that I work for, I noticed that the people that went to the top were the people that started the beginning of the company. If the company started that first year, all the people that got on the boat, those were the only ones that grew. Nobody else will grow behind them. And I started learning with that when you take, it was so different. This was something that anybody could achieve. But I will tell you something. I was not, when I started doing this business, I was not planning to do home parties. I was not planning to leave my home. I was not planning to do hotel meetings. That I was planning to do what I originally did, which was stay home. I wanted time freedom. I wanted the liberty of doing things my way. So before, I used to work with another network marketing company that marketed the products only through Instagram. It's interesting because I opened Instagram. Whenever it started, I opened an Instagram account just to watch over my kids, just making sure that they were not getting in trouble and that it was okay. That was the only reason why I opened Instagram. And through Instagram, I found this company and I was like, I like the idea. I like to mingle with people. I like to talk to them. Why not use Instagram to promote a product? It was a product that I wasn't crazy about, but I could do that. I could post and I could talk to people and get people to buy this product. So having that experience, whenever I started with Immunotech, I decided, I was like, I don't see anybody using social media. Why not use social media? And that's how I started doing it. Many people that already knew me started reaching out. Wait a minute, you're not doing this anymore. And of course, I started talking a little bit about my story, my testimonial, and I started to get a lot of customers. A lot of people that knew me, they started getting on board. Of course, I reached out to family members. I started working the referrals. I started learning the business. I started learning strategies from other people. But I was honestly not planning to do anything else but that. And my friends, little by little, my business started growing. I became a silver in a week. I became a gold in 3 months. It took me 2 years to become a diamond, but I became a diamond through Instagram. Two
And
of
I
my
think
diamonds.
that's really important to understand, because many times people will look to a business like this as a side hustle, and heavens, they want to be able to have more time at home. So the business opportunity meetings don't necessarily work for them. And if it's working for people, continue to do it. But this is all about, like, this is your business. You get to own this. I think your husband likes to say, you take ownership of your
100%.
business.
You have heard him say that, right?
I absolutely have. So
Look,
how many times?
go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Oh God, it was not popular. And sometimes it's hard to do things that are not popular. And when you hear people saying, no, that's not really working out, you should do something else. But sometimes, like you say, when you have ownership and you continue doing something that you believe is going to work, it's worth trying.
Absolutely. And we're not talking about trying for 3 days. We're talking
No,
about giving it a good try, right?
100%.
And I do want to ask, were there times where after you had hit diamond or executive diamond, did you fall out of rank? And what did you do
100%.
if you did?
Yeah, I mean, I became diamond organically. I did not have to pay my rank. I did not have to invest in anything. I remember calling, or it was the last day of the month and it was early. It was like 6, 7 o'clock. I remember calling Alberto. I said, Alberto, I reached diamond. And he was like, what? And it was done organically. I have, Susie Bell. She was a referral of somebody that followed me through Instagram that I never knew. And she's one of my diamond leaders. That's just the way it went, right? So it did work. But because I was still in the training process, right? Learning. The next month, I've always told I did not requalify my rank. I lost my bonus. And that was extremely painful, I have to say. But I learned something very important, that for you to reach those ranks, not only do you have to create leaders, but it is very important to have your leaders working with you. And that was a great lesson learned, because it was 8 months for me to requalify again. And I have to say, I did lose my mojo for a little bit, because certain things like that just sometimes they make you lose your energy. Because I mean, that bonus to me was very important. It was $2,500. Not only because of the money, but it was also because of my pride, my ego. It was like, wow, losing. And I did not lose it for much. I remember finishing with like 110 or 112, 150,000. It was not a lot. I was so close. That made it even feel worse. But at the same time, with time, I noticed that reality would help my team relate with me, because nobody relates to perfection. I did not want my team to see like, oh, Mariluz is so great, so great. No, I'm not that great. I just persevere. I work hard and I want them to be better than me. So that definitely helped me to be a better leader. Work hard. Now I knew that I had to take care of my team and I had to build leaders, because diamonds, you can reach silver by yourself, you can reach gold by yourself. But diamond and above, you need leadership. You need people that have that same vision. You need people that have that same perseverance. But you also need leadership on top to help and guide you. So I knew for a fact that once I regained that rank, whoever was going to become gold and whoever was going to become diamond, me as a leader, I was going to make sure they did not lose that bonus. And that's exactly what happened when Giancarlo, my son, became a diamond. We made sure, we worked as a team. And me as a leader, I made sure that he got his bonus. I made sure my husband got his bonus. I made sure, and when I say we're talking as a team, right? But as a leader, I was making sure that they were taken care of. So Sibel got, like, everybody needs to get them, because I already had learned from my own issues, right? So that helped me definitely continue building towards executive diamond. So I'd say that every step, everything that happens is just a learning process. It just literally makes us better. It makes us stronger. And now I can help my team say, oh, I've gone through that. Whenever they come crying, been there, done that. How can I help them, overcome those personal issues so they can go to the next step?
Absolutely. And I do want to say if you are becoming a leader of leaders in your own team and you haven't gone through these things, link arms and say, "Oh man, this is new. Let's walk through this together," right?
Love her
So
as well.
so yeah, you don't have to be a diamond to be a leader. You don't have to be a gold to be a leader. Like learn together as a team, as Mariluz said. So let's get into the fun stuff. There's a guest that will join us. Guys, I
Well,
am so obsessed with this little guy.
well,
And
Mary, go ahead.
oh, okay, so this is all about your strategy for Q1 for the first quarter of the year. And as you said before, you've really never done an opportunity meeting. You have done a lot of stuff on Instagram. And now this little guy has a lot of something to do with your strategy now.
Okay, well, look, something that I've learned as well is that be yourself, try it out, see how it works, right? Like you say, you don't do it once, two or three times. You have to, be constant and see, make some noise and see how it works. I also started adapting other things from other teams. I will listen to my general manager every now and then, right, Alberto? Every now and then I will listen to him. Yeah, hey, we've been together 7 years. I think he knows me pretty well. And, I started adapting. I started, learning from the top leaders, and I did opportunity meetings. I still do. I still adapt to the culture of Immunitech. But I don't, even though I've adapted and I've integrated many things, I still want to be myself. I still want to be different. And I believe in branding yourself. There you go. I believe in branding myself. Okay. Because when you try to imitate, that's the worst version of yourself. You have to use the tools that were given, but there is nothing wrong to make them your own. That's just the way it goes, right? So for quite a while, I noticed that our cups, they had eyes and a nose. I'm a very creative person. So for the longest time, I'm like, man, they look like eyes and noses. We can put some eyes and a mouth and make something fun out of it. You see, I was a homeschool mom for 13 years. And when you're a homeschool mom for so long, it's really hard to keep kids motivated. Actually, that's the hardest part, is to keep them motivated and not bored, to the worst. So I get bored easily as well. And guess what? I noticed that 2023, it wasn't terrible, but I noticed my team kind of losing their energy a little bit. They're working hard, but we get fatigued when we're just trying to do the same, especially when you're trying to do the same and you're not getting results, or you're not getting the results that you want. So, Immunitech brought this amazing idea of the 28th year anniversary of Immunitech. When I was presented with this great promotion, if you want to call it that way, I was like, this is amazing. 28-year anniversary, 28 winners that are going to make history. They're going to come to the manufacturing plant here in Connecticut. I live only an hour away from Connecticut. I'm excited. I want to be part of the history. And then they said the top 14 recruiters are going to be there. And I'm like, oh man, I know I'm not going to be in the top 14. There's amazing people globally that, they do 50,000 points in a day. I'm definitely not going to be there. But they're giving the opportunity to another 14 people that make some noise in social media, and make a bunch of reels. And of course, they have to make, these specific points. So I said, okay, so Mauricio and corporate, they're asking us to make some noise and to do things differently. So how can I call the attention of corporate? How can I call the attention of anybody by doing reels? Because there's so many people, there's lots of noise in social media. How can it be louder? So I finally decided to create a new character. His name is Gustavito. Let me explain what Gustavito is. Of course, I had to go through the family first. I got a lot of critics telling me that this was ridiculous. I had other ideas in mind. They're like, no, you can't do that. But I have to say that my kids were part of this, and my daughter, Carla, she started researching stickers, where can we find something that looks good and we can have a variety of it. I spoke to my son, Giancarlo, about it. He thought it was a hoot. And he's like, why don't you give him the name Gustavito? I'm like, oh my God, because I thought about the name Cuppy. He's like, no, that's ridiculous. That makes no sense. He's like, Gustavito. I said, wait a minute. It just rings a bell. It's in honor of Gustavo Bunos. Vito. Vito is Italian. Gustavo Bunos was Italian. Also, Gustavito means, younger Gustavo. And then Gusta has the name of Gusto, something people like. I said, that is absolutely perfect. And guess what? I ordered 50 cups that are going to have different expressions. So all I need to do is just show him off. And guess what? Some people might like it. Some people might not like it. But I don't care. I am making some noise. It's impossible that people can ignore me. I have Gustavito's face whenever he's shaken. He loves to be shaken, so he has a different face. I can connect with people's moods on a daily basis. Okay, like I said, I plan to have 50 faces for every day. I can use Gustavito to even share facts about our product that otherwise they're going to be bored, because I started interviewing millennials and Gen Zs, and something they told me says, what do you think about my page? What do you think about what I share? And they say, it's boring, Mom. I feel that sometimes what you share, it's for old people that are sick, and and I can't relate to it. So guess what? I'm 52. I need to listen to the younger crowd, because they're the ones in social media, and they're going to be the future of my team. I have to start reaching out to millennials, because in 10 years I'm going to be 62 and they're probably going to be running my business. So anyways, does this mean Mariluz is going to become a platinum? Probably not. But I will tell you what has been happening. I will tell you something. So the week that I, started sharing Gustavito, I'm not expecting to get lots of sales. What I'm doing is I'm just getting loud. And I started noticing that the engagement of my social media started getting larger. I started because I had stopped using social media. So when you start getting back on it, to get that algorithm going, it takes some time. So I said, okay, I'm just going to start posting and see how much engagement I have. That first week, I got three inactive consultants that had stopped taking the product for years, reach out to me just because they want the cup. Is that ridiculous? Just because they want the cup. But because they wanted the cup, guess what? I started watching in social media. I mean, in my back office, one of them ordered a box of Immunocan and a box of Booster just because she wanted the cup. What motivates people, Mary? That's what I'm shocked. What motivates people, right? I had people saying, no, I want you to send me the cup with the face. That's what I want. So it's funny how people sometimes are looking for things that are different. And I guess they're looking for some happiness, or just getting out of that, what do you call it? That boring routine, whatever you want to call it, right? Because of this. And yesterday, because I've been loud about this, and today I'm going to be working in all kinds of content. Today I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos that I can use, for the next few months. Yesterday I had a presentation, and I had 2 new people that have been looking at what I'm doing through Instagram. So it's working. Am I going to win the trip to the manufacturing plant? Probably not. It doesn't really matter. What I'm doing is definitely going to help me out, reach out to more people. And better yet, my team can use this. I want my team to get excited about doing something different as well. They don't have to be me, but they can use what I have, and they can use it in their own social media. But I want them to know that you can be creative, you can have fun, and we cannot please everybody. But by branding yourself, you can definitely reach out to more people. And that's my goal for 2024. Mariluz is rebranding herself, but I want to rebrand myself enough that I can help my team also see their possibilities of them. When I say rebranding, I'm working on a photo shoot of new pictures of Mariluz. I need to rebrand and Mariluz getting better, Mariluz reading more. Rebranding yourself means growing, stepping out of your comfort zone. I've done enough things, and I have to say this. I stopped using social media. Nobody's fault but my own. But I allowed other people to influence the way I was doing things. and I stopped using social media. Big no-no. Whatever you're doing that's working, you continue doing it. Now, what I will tell other people is that be with your eyes open. Look at the people that are having lots of success. Grab what you think can be yours. Absorb the things that can actually work out for you. And whatever doesn't work out, you reject it and you continue doing your own thing. But I will tell you one thing, you can't stop. You can't stop. Whatever you do, continue doing. And if it's not working after a long time, yeah, you need to stop. You need to do things different. And if things are not working out right now, you have to rebrand. You have to do things different. But consistency is key. Absolutely. So that's my new thing right now.
I don't know about you guys, but I am obsessed with those little cups. And as we were talking about this and as you were talking about how you were using it for your team, and I want to make it very clear and just reiterate what you just said. Like, this may not be for everyone. This may not be something that you are willing to put into your own business. That's not the point. The point is exactly what Mariluz said. You have to rebrand yourself. You have to look at what's working and what's not working. And I would also say, if it's not working, that doesn't mean it won't work again in the future.
I agree.
Right? So business opportunity meetings may not be working for you, but in 2 years, they might. So you constantly have to be looking at, how can I get better? Just like you said, how can I ... Um, and that's the whole point here. If there is something here that you feel like, hey, I can utilize that this way, or, I even thought this could be a retention tool. Like, hey, if you want this cup with a little face on it, commit to 3 months, commit to 6 months. Right? Or like when you get whatever it is, you now have created a tool for yourself, right? And just a quick question here, are you having fun with it?
I'm having a blast. You should see my conversations with my family. Actually, in the family chat, I sent the flyer of this interview. I said, "Look how far Gustavito has gone. I'm getting interviewed about today." I mean, I even spoke to Alberto. I said, "Alberto, I'm having a blast." And it's interesting because I needed that because I felt emotionally I was in a sort of a slump. Like, as a leader, when you're trying to connect with people and nothing is happening, you become pretty sad. And you start doubting yourself, like, how far are you going to go? Because that's just part of life. In everything, in marriage and raising kids and anything you do, sometimes you start doubting yourself, like, why can I not connect with people more? Why are we not? So I noticed, look, I am bored to death as well. I've been doing these things repetitively and I'm not having any fun. Guess what? By doing these little things, I'm having a blast. My creative, thinking, my brain is just going crazy, all these things that I want to do. But I've noticed that energy is contagious. I've noticed a difference in my team because Mariluz is happy, because Mariluz is doing things that are differently, because Mariluz is engaging, because Mariluz is posting. I've noticed a difference with my team. I see them now, yesterday in our opportunity meeting, there's a lot more people, a lot more new people. And there's people, sharing more stuff in the chat. And I had Susie Bell this morning saying, hey, don't forget to connect with Mariluz this morning. So I've noticed, if you want to see a difference, we have to change as leaders. We have to engage with our team. We have to connect with that energy. And I think that's going to make a big difference this year. And look, whatever happens, I want my team to have fun. I want them to be happy. It's not about me, it's about them. My growth depends on the fact that they're happy and things are happening with them. So if I can contribute with happiness, like I said, I'm not expecting everybody to do these, no. But I am planning to send these cups to my team so they can have some fun with it as well and see how far and make it loud. And hey, if this is gonna make kids drink it, I'm happy as well because I want to reach out to the moms that have kids. I want to reach out to the mom that was like me that wants to stay home and wants to use social media and wants to make a difference and wants to make an extra $100, $200. I started that way. I don't mind reaching out to more mothers my age. Hey, I would like to reach out to the Gen Z millennial moms that have babies and want to have fun and want to be able to expand with the best supplement, that there is. So like I said, I'm going to continue having fun. I'm going to do the best out of it, and whatever happens, happens. And I'm going to be really excited about it.
I love it. I love it. And when you're having fun and you're happy, it doesn't feel like work. It's
No,
still work, but it feels so much more fulfilling and satisfying. It's just incredible.
absolutely.
So we're running short on time, but I do want to have one more question. What words of wisdom do you have for everyone on the call that uh, if they just started the business, if they've been with us for a while, what words of wisdom do you have?
Recently I read a book and I loved it. It said that there's a phrase that has caused a lot of damage to many entrepreneurs, and it is that phrase where opportunities will eventually come your way. And if you want to stay home and just waiting for opportunities to come, they're never going to knock at your door and come. You have to step out and you have to look for the opportunities. So this is Immunotech has definitely been an amazing opportunity that I was able to hang on to. And if you haven't seen results in your own business, I think it is time for you to get out of the house and reach out to those opportunities. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do things differently. Be yourself. You'll never be able to please anybody. We're living in an era of social media where there's a lot of criticism, and you're gonna have a lot of people not being happy or not believing in you. I had those, and that's okay. But those people that did not believe in me in the beginning, they do now because they've seen me persevere and they've seen me succeed. So get on the boat. Don't stay home. Don't be afraid. And I will tell you something that I learned from our friend Mary Day. Mary, I had to tell this before we're done with the call. Making Gustavito was much in part because of you, and it's because sometimes we have so many ideas, but we're so afraid of making them work that just the overthinking of what we need to do and how to do just stops us. It slows us down because then we never get to do anything, right? And you said one day, just get on the roll, just make it happen and just tweak it and fix it along the way. Just throw yourself into the water. And of course, we're going to swallow some water, but whatever you do, if it's messy, then you continue correcting them, but you have to just make it work. So do that. Whatever it is, just do that, but make sure that you learn along the way and make sure that you don't go by yourself. Don't be a lone ranger. Bring some people with you that have your same goals and mentality, because together things are so much better.
Absolutely. And to everyone here, you are not alone. I mean, corporate over here would, we're here for you. That's our whole thing. And um to have leaders like Mariluz is an amazing example of what a leader of leaders looks like.
Thank
So
you, Mary.
absolutely. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today and sharing Gustavito. We love him so much.
Early in the morning, 27. Congrats to everybody that woke up early and connected to this amazing call.
Yes, that's amazing. Thank you to everyone who is here. We will have the recording shortly if you missed it. So thank you so much again, and I hope you have a lovely week. Thank you, everyone.
Today, make sure that you share the recording with your team.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Guys, bye.